this is Maggie, and welcome to another YouTube video. We have been going strong lately, releasing videos weekly. Look at me, I'm keeping up with the schedule. If you watched last week's video, you might somewhat know what this is about. We have another little review to do, but this one's different. So I was reached out by Woomer. They're mostly known for their color pencils, and they wanted to send me a pack for me to try out here on YouTube. I was super excited. People want to send me their stuff for me to try out. I'm super excited. I'm so happy. Like the previous art materials that I got, they've been sitting in my room for like a month now, and I've just been so eager to just dig into them and see what they act like and what they look like. I'm so excited. So we're gonna push little sketchbook here to the side, and we're gonna grab this lovely, so these are Woomer colored pencils. They were kind enough to send me their 72 color pack with good light fastness, a soft core, artistic quality, and saturated colors. I haven't bought colored pencils in a very long time, so I'm really excited to try these out. So let's remove here the casing. Very nice tin casing over here. Let's open it up. I feel like a kid in the expensive part of an art store. These look really nice. Hold on, let me get one to see. So this is what their pencils look like. Really nice. I like how soft the nib feels. It feels like it would be really soft to paint on paper. I'm super excited, oh my god. I'm guessing there's like more, so you can just grab it here and pull it out of the box. That's nice. You got all the purples, the greens, the browns, blacks, grays. This is gonna be a lot of fun, I can tell. So, I'm gonna kind of admit it. I have tried these before when they got here because I realized I was very much out of practice with colored pencils. So, I did do some little sketching already just to figure out how I wanted to go about painting with these. But we still have a lot of work ahead, so let's get started. So, from what I understood, I think this paper thing, yes, hold on. This paper thing over here opens up and it's actually a swatching page. You can see all the little squares inside, and they have, of course, their own little swatching here. But this is just like for reference. This is really cute. I love the idea of like reusing packaging as like swatching paper. I think that's really smart and, you know, environmentally friendly. That being said, I really like this. I don't want to rip it up, at least not right now. And of course, we always do swatching on my sketchbook, so thank you. This is really good. I'm gonna use my sketchbook for the swatching though. We're actually gonna do things a little differently. With acrylic markers, usually you just like do a little line and like there's like a perfectly little square there. I'm gonna actually get some math paper so we can get like proper little squares so we can swatch all of these. So yeah, I'll be back to you in a minute. We're gonna start the swatching now. So, from what I see here on their little pamphlet on the back of the box, they do have specific names for all the colors, so we're gonna copy all of these onto here, and we're gonna make a really nice swatching. I say we do maybe like 2x2 squares. That would be enough. So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go Woomer with 2 O's, 72 color pencil pack. Now we're gonna do all 72 squares, and we're gonna just write it all down. I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'm gonna just skip to the swatching itself, okay? Okay, I'll see you in a minute. And we are done with the swatching. So I have some notes I do want to say. First, I regret not using the paper. This took way too much of my sanity to make. I was screwing up left and right. Those are my screw ups. They don't matter. We're here to see the colors. First things first, pencil quality. It's very nice. It's very good. I love the waxy quality of the pigment. It's very nice. It's very soft. Blends really well. All the colors are pretty unique. I don't see like too many repeated shades where like it's exactly the same. So first kind of gripe I have with it. I'm gonna bring the thing here so I can like show you guys that I'm not joking. Some colors come out of order. For example, you have this line of greens here, and you can see it's 410, 415, 35, 421. But I wrote down everything as it was here, and then as I was painting things, I realized a lot of the pencils were out of order. For example, 149 and 150, these are switched because the pencils came in the box not in order, but only some of them. I tried to check if this was like my doing from when I tested them in the first place, but no, I put everything back in the box as it was. I'm curious over how this happened. Obviously, they were like, some of them were out of order, and like, it's a little annoying, but if you go through them and put them back in order, okay, whatever. However, some of the things that were in here are actually like misspellings or mistyping. This wasn't supposed to be 35. This is 420. Of course it's green. And I had to put like a little bit of white over the number, and I wrote it back because here it says 35, but on the pencil itself it says 420. So obviously this is like a mistype on the paper. Happens, but yeah, guys, get that solved, please. But yeah, we have all the pencils here. The colors are swatched. So now the major question, what are we gonna draw? I have no idea. I can't keep drawing deltarune. I think you guys are gonna smack me over the head if I keep doing that. So when I tested these for the first time was the moment when they arrived straight at my door. I wanted to make sure that I still remembered how to work with color pencils, and that none of the pencils were broken, that the casing wasn't damaged or anything. This was like straight out of the box, day one since they got here. Obviously you see that I was testing a lot of it. Again, Numa, your boy. Oh my god! But colors are very nice. I did like to pair them with acrylic markers because they, like, the pencils are really saturated. I was really happy to see that. And if you pair them with like acrylic markers, you can get such nice contrasts of texture, of colors, of everything. It looks so nice. Maggie figured out she's not that good at color pencils. I'm out of practice. I'm a marker girl. But what I did realize I like to do was to not so much blend everything and make it super soft, but actually sketch out stuff. Make it scribbled. Make thick line art like I always do. I think my problem here was trying to use color pencils on a style that wasn't my own and that I wasn't used to, so I was struggling a lot with it. But as soon as I started, drawing normally like I usually do, it started turning out much better. So some of you might realize, hey, it's Telly. She looks a little different here. This was how she used to look when she was younger. I just realized mid-sentence that I said, oh, I can't keep drawing deltarune stuff, and I'm going to segue exactly to that. So you're gonna have to put up with me here. This is how Telly used to look like before she arrived at Tenna's door, because she was the leader of her own dark world. So I think that is exactly what I'm gonna draw. I want to make big illustration, sketched out like a child scribbles, but still obviously polished, of her lightener, her dark world, where she came from. I think it's gonna be so much fun. We have a lot of colors to play around with. I can tell you more about Telly and kind of force myself to work on her story because it's been a little bit in the back burner lately. So we're gonna flip over back to where we were. I'm gonna maybe plan out some thumbnails here, maybe take some notes of what I want to do, and I will see you guys in a minute. Begin time lapse. Hello everyone, this is Maggie, and welcome to the voiceover part of the video. I'm recording this the day after recording all that drawing, all that painting and coloring. I have a few notes in front of me, so I know what we're gonna talk about, don't worry. I'm gonna try not to ramble as much this time around, because honestly, editing and cutting like 30 minutes of voice isn't that great to me. So I'm just gonna try to keep this small and concise, and we're gonna have a lot of fun still, okay? So as per per usual, video is divided in two parts. First, we're going to talk about the color pencils, pros and cons, some issues I found while painting with them, some techniques I found while painting with them. We're going to talk about all of that first, and then we're going to talk about OC lore. We're going to talk about Telly and her Leitner Becky, where they came from, what happened to them. It's going to be lots of fun. Also, hopefully by the time of posting this, I will already have my new winter little PNG tuber. I hope I get them done later tonight. Hopefully we won't need a lot of work for it. But yeah, let's get started. So, the color pencils. I haven't properly drawn or colored with color pencils in like a very long time. I very much got used to how easy it is to color things with markers, that being alcohol markers, water-based, acrylic paint markers. I got really used to them, so going back to coloring a full piece with just color pencils was like such a whiplash. It was a very good exercise, don't get me wrong. It was just like, it was so time consuming, but it was fun. It was fun, and it paid off really well. I'm so obsessed with how it looks. So yeah, let's talk about pros and cons that I found. First, pros. The pencils have a really good range of colors. If you've seen my reviews on acrylic markers, usually my biggest gripes are like with how the color distribution from the markers isn't that good. Like there's always more shades of one color than the other, and it's really unbalanced. Here in this one, the colors were all they weren't close to each other. All the shades were pretty equally distributed, which I think is good for a pack with like 72 color pencils. I think that was really nice. The colors, as advertised, are extremely saturated and super bright. I had a blast coloring with them and seeing how everything was coming together, all that color theory doing its job. It was very good. I didn't do much blending with the color pencils. Like I went on about my own way of rendering stuff, but I do still think the pencils have really good blending. Of course, I had tried them out before making the video because I wanted to see, you know, how they behaved, if I had to train up how to work with color pencils again, and in those cases I did have to blend stuff, and everything went really well, honestly. Also, I'm gonna mention it again, I didn't use it, I honestly wish I had, but the fact that the wrapper of the metal casing for the box, if you open it up, it's a swatching page on the inside. I think that was really smart and really cute. I should have honestly done that. I went through a whole pain making the swatching page. You don't need to know about that. But yeah, it was really good. I was super surprised, super happy with the results. Yeah, so now we're gonna talk about the cons, because unfortunately there are a few of them. It's expected, it's nothing too bad, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, so I am willing to say that I may be misremembering stuff, and this was my fault. Some of the pencils came out of order, which did give me some trouble later doing the swatching, because all pencils have numbers on them, but they are kind of tiny, and with the golden foil it's kind of hard to read them out sometimes. Like, it may be me, I may just be kind of blind. As I was doing the swatching, I realized I couldn't just pick the pencils by the order they were in the box and just swatch them. I did have to like look at them, because a few of them were like really out of order, and it was kind of annoying because you couldn't tell, because they were usually shades that were pretty similar by like the human eye, so you did have to read the numbers and see which shade was where, and that was a little annoying. But I'm also willing to say that could have been me as I was trying out the color pencils for the first time. I don't think I touched those particular colors, because like I know what I painted to test out the color pencils, and it wasn't with those shades and those colors, but whatever, like reasonable doubt is there. I'm willing to do that. The other thing that's not as great is that not the swatching page, but the back of the wrapper where you see the color swatches printed on, there's misspellings there. There's some colors labeled numbers that they are not, so it got really weird for me to try and figure out what kind of color that was, because again, pencils were out of order, and it looks a little bad to have misspellings on the wrapping for your product. But it was like one or two instances, and it wasn't like anything excessive that I could catch, so honestly it's just like that little nitpick. The quality itself is really good, like of the material, so I'm willing to overlook that. And hey, this is like a really tiny thing, so as far as I know, when the video comes out it's already fixed, so who knows. But yeah, that's pretty much my overview on the color pencils. This was like a really quick one because I don't want to ramble too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna talk about OC lore. So as I told you before, before, this is Telly and Becky. They are two deltarune OCs of mine. This is kind of how they looked before the story began, so this is kind of like, you know, a little OC backstory lore. Telly here, you already know her from other videos, and if you don't, I'm gonna just give you a little rundown. She is a child bedrooms TV. You can think of like those old Disney CRTs that they had in the 80s and the 90s. She's one of those, and she used to be in a child's bedroom, but she suddenly disappeared and reappeared back in Tenna's studio. No one knows how she got there, and she's a little mystery child now. So this is them before Telly ended up in Tenna's studio. This is like their own little world and play area wherever. So I'm gonna now introduce you to Becky. Becky is a Lightner. She's a little beetle. She's a little bug, and she looks so cute. Oh, you piece of cheek. And Telly was her bedroom TV. In their dark world, everything is kind of themed around the television as well, because obviously Becky is really young. She's around Telly's age, which should be around 8 or 9 years old. And most of the things that she used to watch on her old TV were magical girl stuff. So think Sailor Moon, Doremi, all that stuff. She used to watch those a lot, so that reflects on her dark world design. Becky is very much inspired by the Sailor Moon outfits, her little skirt, her magic wand thingy. It's very much pulling from a lot of magical girl animes from around that time. In this dark world, Telly is the world ruler. She rules over this little magical cartoonish land that they call Luna Land. And to Becky, she kind of serves as like the animal companion that most magical girls have. Sailor Moon has her cats. There's like a whole side series of like stuff like jewel pets. So Telly is very much inspired by that. Like she is the magical, almost overpowered animal creature companion. She kind of serves as like not a jester type character, but she's very much like tiny, overpowered child who is just off the walls. You can kind of compare her to the Collector from the Owl House. They were like a major inspiration for Telly's past design. And yeah, that's pretty much it for them. Obviously, the whole dark world is very pink. It's very cartoonish. A lot of the NPCs you could find in Becky's and Telly's dark world are very bug themed because Becky herself is a bug. There's toys, there's iconography from cartoon shows. It's a lot of mismatched stuff pulled from childhood memories. She's very much intended to pull from that 2000s childhood nostalgia, kind of younger Y2K stuff, if that makes any sense. And yeah, Telly just lived as the ruler of this dark world, being her little TV companion to Becky. And you know, they are not together anymore because Telly changed a lot. She shrunk, she lost a lot of details, a lot of power. She doesn't talk, she doesn't speak anymore. And she is stuck at Tenna's studio in the Dreamer house. What happened to Becky? How did Telly end up in there? I don't know. I have no idea who could have done that. This is still a massive whip. Like there's no website page for this world. There's going to be. I'm working on it, but it's a massive whip. I'm starting everything from fresh, and it's gonna be so much fun. One more thing before I go. Woomer is giving out a 10% discount code to anyone who wants to buy these lovely color pencils through my video. So if you want to get these lovely color pencils all for yourself for a very nice discount, you should go to the video description and just click the little link down there. You're gonna be taken to their website and have Maggie's little discount code, and it's gonna be so much fun. Gonna get yourself some really nice color pencils, and you too can paint your little scrunklies like this. Like, oh my god, they look so cute. Mwah. Okay, I'm not gonna annoy you anymore. I'm gonna leave you to watch the video, and I will see you in a minute. Bye-bye! Finally finished! Oh my god, my hands hurt. This turned out so cute. Please look at their faces. Look at their silly faces. Look at the little guys in the corners. Oh my god! I'm obsessed. I'm genuinely obsessed. Look how shiny that is. Oh my god! I was like stupid tempted to just bedazzle this with stickers. I'm probably gonna like do it later, but it looks just so pretty as it is. Like honestly, on the preview that I'm looking at right now, like it's not doing the colors justice. Like I'm gonna fix it in post, don't worry, but like oh my god, this turned out so cute. I'm so obsessed. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed. They're so cute. Mwah. Thank you so much to Woomer for sending me their amazing color pencils. I'm probably gonna like bedazzle the fuck out of this box as well, but they were so good. I'm sure voiceover Maggie told you all about them, and yeah, that is pretty much it. They look so cute. Oh my god. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah 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 YouTube words. If you want to see more of my art, I am on these social media, so if you would like it, you can go check me out and throw me a follow there. If you would like to know more about Becky and Telly and their whole world, you can go find a little more about it on my website. That's where I keep all my projects, my character bios, my world bios, everything and anything you can think of about my characters and my projects. It's gonna be there, so you know, you can go check it out. And if you would like to be in on upcoming videos, get notified early about this kind of stuff, you can join our Discord server. It's a really nice place. A lot of my friends are there. People whose OCs I draw a lot are there as well, or we all just vibe. I talk about my day, what projects I'm working on, whatever. Again, a lot more videos coming. I have all the recordings for my new desk. By the way, this was filmed on the new desk. It's been so much fun, and she's behaving really, really well. I have a whole vlog videoed for that I'm gonna edit, and hopefully it'll come out the week after this video getting posted, so I'll see you there. Besides that, we have a lot more stuff prepared. I'm so excited. Oh my god. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!